Hello, my name is Alan. Wanted to show my boat before my trip to Blake Island today. Um, I'm actually back, so this is I'm gonna back it up and edit it before I take off. But yeah, so spoiler alert, I did make it there and back without any ill effects. So this is a Klamath. 14 Deluxe S. So the S is the adds the floor here, and yeah, the boat itself weighs about 190 pounds, and then the floor is another 20 pounds, so 210 pounds just for the boat. And then the motor, which is a 20 horsepower Honda, weighs 104 pounds. So 300 pounds total for boat and motor. So pretty light. In comparison to like a fiberglass or a inflatable boat, you're several hundred pounds lighter. So yeah, really nice on launch and stuff like that, to be able to move around and launch even solo, like what I'm doing this trip, or yeah, just in general, just really easy and manageable. And yeah, being lighter is just kind of faster. You can deal with make do with less horsepower, so it's comparable like like fiberglass, like Boston Whaler. You'd want like at least like 40 horsepower to get up to on plane and be enjoyable. Yeah, so this boat comes with handrails or as an option, so that's been really nice. It's been great to be able to tie stuff on, and be able to put the fenders on, and you can all sorts of ram mount and Scotty stuff, bolts right to the clamps right onto the railing. So yeah, really versatile. Let's see, so yeah, I put these seats in here. These are Temperus, and these are the Navi style lows, and then the seat clamps underneath, those are the Soli Cuda seat clamps. I did some research. There's another kind of style with this, kind of has like bars. They're a little cheaper, but people say they move a lot, so I went with these. And then I kind of noticed that they scratch up the paint, so I put a little bit of urethane tape, clear urethane tape on the paint. I'm sure you can't see that in the light there, but that keeps the seat clamps from scratching up the paint. Yeah, so really light. I'm able to tow it with my minivan. So, and the minivan has about it's a 3,500 pound tow limit. So, but yeah, all together with the trailer and everything, this setup will be under 1,000 pounds. So you should be able to tow it with just about anything. That has a hitch, 2.5 inch hitch receiver. That's, I think, you do have to look at the class on it, but yeah, really light to tow, and we use it to go camping sometimes, even if we don't kind of rough plans to take it out. We'll throw all the camping gear in here, and it just makes for a good kind of trailer, utility trailer. So the style of this boat is called a deep V boat, and you can see it's just got a real pronounced V shape to it, as opposed to like a John boat, which has like a flat kind of profile on the bottom. and so this is made for taking in a little bit more, rougher water than a John boat, and it's a little smoother going through the waves, so it'll cut through the waves, whereas a John boat, you're gonna really bounce off the, kind of slam against waves. Yeah, this kind of boat, yeah, it's really stable. It's this one's got a 64-inch beam, so at the widest point here between the gunnels is 64 inches, and so you want to look for that width too, for stability. Some boats will be like 15 feet or so, but they'll have a really narrow beam, 60 inches or less, especially like some of the older kind of aluminum boats. So yeah, it's something to look out for if you're out there buying. Definitely want to get nice to have the wider beam. And then this one has a 7 degree dead rise. So I'll show you on here. I got this set at 7 degrees, and so the dead rise at the transom here is 7. You can see it just mates right up there. So from here to there, so that that's the dead rise, and that really kind of sets how the planing characteristics are, so how fast it gets up on plane. So 7 degrees is kind of shallow, which is nice. It gets on plane pretty quickly, but it's not really made for huge waves, big water. Definitely kind of like a bay boat, lake boat. Definitely wouldn't want to take it out in open water. Yeah, let's see what else. Yeah, so I got a one swivel seat in the back. So that's a Gerlich seat swivel. So Gerlich is the brand. It's a stainless steel. And it's also kind of nice. It raises up that the driver's seat a couple inches, so you get a little better view over the front. So yeah, 20 horsepower Honda 350cc, two cylinder, and just really nice. It's got hydraulic tilt here, so you can, it goes up and down just with the press of a button. And for towing, I've got the Extreme Max transom saver. Kind of not, I don't know how required it is, but it does make it bounce around a lot less when it's being towed. And yeah, let's see, what else can I show? You pop the hood off here. Yeah, so you can see there's one spark plug here, and there's another under this case, and they go in this way. So the two cylinders are parallel. They're two inline cylinders, and they connect to a the output shaft that runs down the length of the motor. Let's see. Yeah, here's the carburetor. It is carbureted. Oil cap, and there's the dipstick is down in there. Yeah, but so far I've been really reliable and easy to work on. And yeah, Let's see. Anything else I wanted to show? I don't know. Oh yeah, because it is 20 horsepower, you have to get a boater education card. So 15 horsepower is the limit. Something I kind of recommend anyway. Just it's pretty easy. It's like a 4-hour free course online, and then the card is just $10 from the state. And yeah, it's good information, and probably something you should have if you're going out on Puget Sound, on any motorboat. Might even think about doing it if you have a kayak. Yeah, it kind of demystifies all the safety stuff. Yeah, so 3.5 gallon fuel tank, and then I got another reserve tank up in the front, just a gallon and a half. Let's see. Yeah, this boat requires tabs yearly, so the boat and the trailer, so they're both about $30 a piece. So I'm paying $60 a year in tabs in Washington State, and then for boat insurance is about $20 every 6 months or a year. I don't know, it's so minimal I barely even notice. So yeah, I'm going to show you how easy it is to wheel around here. So it's pretty lightweight. It's a single axle, and it's really easy just to hook up to the trailer, move around the lot. We got a little toolbox here. So a couple tools. It's not like you can do a whole lot when you're on the boat if you get stuck, but I've got like a couple wrenches and stuff, and spark plugs. Like you might be able to change a spark plug and if you're out on the water, I guess. I don't think I would ever need to. Spare prop. It's actually an old prop that got kind of dinged up, but just a backup prop in case I do need that. So I got the engine rinser, just kind of clamps on here, and you hook up a hose, and you can rinse the engine of salt water. So that's real important to do every time. Yeah, and let's see. There's actually two ways to do it. You can put those cups over, and then you can also just there's a port on the engine you can screw that into, and just another way to do it. I think the cups are easier, and it actually kind of flows more of the system. It gets goes from the intake all the way up, so I kind of think it's actually better. I just want to show how light this thing is. You can pick it up by yourself and just move it around real easy. So yeah, real light to handle, and just move around the driveway and hook up to the car, to the hitch. All right, let's take a look at the map here. This is a map you can pick up at most marinas. It shows the fuel and pump out locations. So I'm taking off from Des Moines. I live in Des Moines, but there's nowhere to put in Des Moines, even though there is a marina here. So I drive down to Redondo and put in, and I'm gonna head north here and skirt the west side of the Puget Sound along Vashon to get to Blake Island, and so that's going to be 14 miles, land miles, and so we have some wind coming from the north, 9 miles per hour coming from the north. So I kind of looked at doing this long route, going all the way around and going up Colvos Passage, because you get a little bit of wind shelter. So it's actually kind of coming from the northwest, so I'd have a little bit of protection from the wind from the landmass being there, but that turns out to be 24 miles. So kind of made my decision to do the shorter route, even though it's going to be probably a little windier and wavier. And then way back, I'm just going to take the same way. The wind's going to be coming the same direction, so it'll be at my back, and actually only about 6 miles per hour. So I'm going to come down a little bit to the east. Yeah, one other thing I want to point out is that there's a shipping lane right through the middle of the East Passage here. So I usually try and avoid that. Just look left and look right before crossing. Yeah, the ships are huge. Yeah, they can't turn very well. So the visibility is really, really good. So I'm not worried about it. You can see them from all the way up the sound. So yeah, and the crossing at the point, so you can see both left and right. So you can see them coming from Tacoma or up from the coming in from the Strait of Juan de Fuca. Okay, and the last thing I want to point out is that there's it's actually a boat ramp up in West Seattle, Don Armini, for people up in the Seattle area. And then there's I think there's a boat ramp in Ballard, a little tiny one. It's like 14th Street, and there's one at Golden Gardens, and I think there's one in Magnolia too. Pretty sure. But then there's another. And if you're on Kitsap, there's one in Manchester, and all around Bremerton there's a couple. And then down in Tacoma, there's one at Point Defiance right here. So yeah, there are other places to get your boat in. Alright, I got a little break in the action here. Stopping in this is a Portage or Portage, City of Portage. There used to be a ferry here. You can see right here is where the dock used to come out, and there's the general stores right here, and then there's a short little road that you can walk over to get to Quartermaster Bay, which is on the other side of we're on the little connecting land. We call it a isthmus or something, or I forget. So to the left of us is Maury Island, and to the right of us is Vashon, and then there's just like a little connecting part right here. So there's a little bay on the other side of that piece of land, and you can see it's pretty choppy today. I'm in like a little protected area. It's even choppier than this when I get past this is KVI beach. So the
tower there. I don't know if this shows up on camera or not, but that's the KVI AM radio tower that's been broadcasting here since whatever 50s, 60s, 70s, and they're still broadcasting. It's a little AM tower. They do different stuff. I think they've done some talk radio for a while. I think they started out doing it for Mariners. They've gone away from that. And then this is another pier here. This is, I think, Ellisport, I believe, or something like that. It's another dilapidated old pier that used to service the mosquito fleet. And then it was a fishing pier for a while. And has since had to be shut down. I think it was earthquake reasons. They didn't have enough structural support. And cruise up there. Swing on that if you want. Like a rim swing, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, here's KVI Beach. There's the KVI Tower. I think it's private land, but they allow the public on it, which is pretty nice. So I can see the people enjoying the beach there on this nice sunny Wednesday, I guess. You can see airplanes coming in. I don't know, pretty far off in the distance, but yeah, they're coming into SeaTac. And you see the SeaTac Tower. That might not show up, but anyway, it's over there. I'm scanning on the VHF traffic channels, so you can hear some chatter there sometimes on the radio. I might turn that off here pretty pretty soon. This doesn't have a lot to do with me, but it's kind of interesting here sometimes what's going on. Choppy. I'm just kind of like skirting the coast down. If I do get in trouble, I'll just get blown into the shore. So, I don't know, it's not too bad. Rounded KVI. Oh, you can see Mount Rainier behind us. Behind me, I should say. It's just me. Solo trip today. Got a little protection again from this next little point here, so it's a little nicer. I just want to show this neat old shack here, old boathouse. Probably there might be a house up on the hill. Yeah, oh yeah, I see it peeking out just barely there. The old boathouse just being reclaimed by the side of the hill there. Oh yeah, there's the trail. You can see the trail coming down to the house. And nice couple houses here with a nice view of Mount Rainier. That's for sure. That's the traffic channel. That's the channel 14. Or wait a minute, might be 9. I forget which one. A nice big rock deposited here by glaciers, for sure. You see the big barnacles on there. Some seagull. Oh, he's gonna take off. Oh yeah. All right. Sorry, buddy. Good looking goal there. Cove here, a few houses here on Vashon, and yeah, it's pretty calm here. Yeah, they got a nice view from Mount Rainier. Let's see, some kind of raptor up there, an osprey or something. He's hunting. Pretty nice. Got 20 horsepower Honda, 4-stroke, 2-cylinder, 350cc. It's got the hydraulic on it. You can't use it to trim. You can use it to just lift and lower. And then you can lift it a little bit, like when you want to go into shallow, but they say to keep it down, keep the throttle kind of low, keep it around idle. Yeah, but you can lift it up so you don't bump over the rocks, but you're not supposed to use it to trim. You're supposed to keep it all the way down to on the blocks there. So I got a 3.5 gallon tank and another 1.25 gallon up in the bow, little spare tank. Yeah, it goes pretty far. It goes about, I don't know, 7 miles per gallon. Just depends on how fast you're going, for sure. 7, I'm sure it can get up to more, 10. But I kind of keep on the throttle, keep it on plane. Plane's about, I don't know, about 12 miles an hour. So whatever, 11 knots, 10 knots. I got a little calm spot here, so I'm gonna open it up and let her go fast. So let's go ahead and do that. Still has its branches, so it hasn't been in there too long. Got kind of like a string of rocks coming into the water. Anytime you see those, you gotta look out. See a train of rocks going into the water. Alright, another nice little beach here. You can see the ferries in the distance there. I can see right about here or so, and then there's another ferry taking off. So that's Fauntleroy, and they're kind of crossing where I need to go. So I'm going to Blake Island today. So around this corner. That point here, that should be the end of Vashon, so Southworth is what it's called. And then Blake Island is just off the point of that. I don't think I quite see it yet. And that big freighter coming in the distance about here. I'll take another video of that when that gets a little closer. Those are pretty cool to see. Yeah, you can see that freighter coming in, and then you can see a few brave paddlers out there, kayakers. So it can't be too scary. I've got my 14-foot Klamath skiff. Yeah, so it's even more stable than those kayaks. I'm sure if it got really hairy, it might be better to be on a kayak because you can flip back over. You know, this takes a couple waves and then you're gonna be swamped. I don't know. Whenever we want to test that one out, I guess. Leave that for the unknown. Yeah, there's that freighter, and then you can see Seattle starting to peek out from behind the freighter there. You can see the Columbia Tower and a few other the towers. And then there's Alki Point and the Fauntleroy ferry crossing there right by the point. This point right in front of us. And I think I even see like either the Bremerton or the Bainbridge ferry in the far distance. And then that's Magnolia behind that ferry. So Discovery Park, I can kind of barely make out the sand dunes from Discovery Park in the far distance there. More look at the freighter cruising along. They go usually around 14 knots. So yeah, what is that, like 17 miles an hour? So he'll kick up a pretty good wake behind him. They'll get me about a couple minutes. They're kind of scary looking. They're not. I don't think they're dangerous at all. Kind of fun actually. Just big rollers. Kind of play around in them. There's that freighter going by about right here, there in the distance. A nice little calm cove again, sheltered by the wind. See, I want to show off my communication stuff in case I get into trouble. So I've got my VHF radio. Turn it on here. Coast Guard if I ever got into trouble. So channel 16 is for them. This is the squelch, so it just sets the noise, so you can tune out the noise, and the volume, and that turns it off too. And yeah, so I got that, and I've also got my InReach Mini. Pull that out of my pocket. Just keep it in my pocket in case I do go in. So it's a little satellite communicator with GPS and SOS button there in case I get in trouble. Just flip that up and there's a button underneath and you can hit that and they'll send out the cavalry. Probably not as quickly as the Coast Guard radio. Like if you start calling people on this, everyone's going to hear. That freighter's going to hear, the Coast Guard station's going to hear, the traffic control is going to hear. Oh, and here comes the freighter waves. You can see those kind of roll in here. So not too bad. They got pretty long periods, so they're just kind of big rollers. So they never scare me too much. It's a little kind of visually kind of unnerving because they are so big, but they're they're pretty far in between them, so this is you know, you just kind of go up and down with them. It's not a big deal. Yeah, just around the corner here, and here's the Vashon Ferry dock here. Roy over there, right by Alki. Heading over here. So I'm actually gonna let this ferry cross my path first before I make that little traverse. Yeah, and this is not too bad. This should be the worst of the waves, so this is not bad at all. Might turn around and warm up a little bit actually, go back in that little cove, so. Yeah, that's nicer. That's probably about, I don't know, 70, 68 right now, maybe. But then in the wind, it gets cold. So I'm gonna warm up here for a second. Got my brand new outdoor research hat on. Picked it up. Let's see, 2 days ago. It's super sale. Got the factory store right by our house, so we get really good sales. And I've got a beanie that's cut off. I put around my ears to keep them warm because they get cold out here. You can be out here for hours, and having your ears be that cold is not good, you know, for that long. Yeah, so I might just stick my nose in here, so I'm gonna pull the motor up a little bit. Just kind of nose in for a second. So I'll make sure that your water intakes don't come up out of the water, and then you can get pretty close here to shore. When you get close enough, you just kill it. And just nose in. Kind of get some more heat off the hot sand here. It kind of radiates back off. I'll pick my motor all the way up and then set the friction lock all the way down. Kind of sideways here. That's a little concerning. There's no waves coming in, so just gonna wing it here. Yeah, so I'm gonna warm up for a second and then head back out. Turn to next. He's going upwind. can see it, the Victoria Clipper. The Victoria Clipper is right in front of us. I'm pointing right at it. So cool. Fast boat that goes up to Vancouver Island, Victoria, and back. Campground. I think these are one of my spots. You can see the bear cans. Those are for the raccoons. No bears on the island. There are a lot of raccoons though, so I guess they're pretty aggressive too. So be on the watch for those. Lake Island is the Tilcomb Village longhouse there. That's not being used right now, but they have different ceremonies there. They used to have a salmon bake and clam chowder and stuff like that. They used to serve out of there. They're not doing that right now. They stopped right around COVID. So waiting to get that going again. Plane kind of slow flying over us. Coming into the marina here, trying to find a spot, kind of out of the way. I'm pretty small, so see if we can get it so we can get a spot where we don't have to pay, but if that's an option, we'll find out. Alright, we got moorage, and then a little hike up to the little stand of trees up there, and yeah, I guess it's good we came when we did. It's getting pretty full. This is about the last little spot here. Everywhere else is full. Yeah, let's get going. Got 2 trips to take here. Got these nice carts that they provide, and then yeah, should be good walk. Alright, made it with the first load. You can check out the view here. Yeah, pretty nice. Right on the point. Put this reservation in like last Sunday. Yeah, pretty much all the spots were open, so I got to pick the nicest spot. A few other campers here now, but otherwise not too busy. Yeah, here's got the bear bins, and this are just for the raccoons. I got some firewood in there. All right, score. Nice. Yeah, lens a little bit dirty there. There you go, there's my spot. Get the fire ring, get the fire going a little bit later. And once the wind dies down, maybe 7, 8 o'clock or so. Yeah, it should be beautiful. Alright, let's look at the camp setup here.
Blake Island, June 20th. Got the bear bin. That's for the raccoons here. Yeah, I had to fight them off last night. Kept trying to get into my stuff. Like, you gotta put stuff away immediately. You can't leave anything out. They will come and raid your stuff. So, got Marinier in the distance. Got my chair. Oh, that's going over. Get up there. The Big Agnes Big Six chair, camp chair. And I put this what is it? Sportbrella umbrella on there, and that makes for a nice place to sit, because it can be pretty sunny out here. Get the full look around 360 as I sit down, and then the view of my tent. Oh yeah, you can see the shade, totally shaded out here with this umbrella on my chair, and it's pretty nice sitting out here in the sun, because otherwise you're just kind of cooking out here. Anyway, here's my tent. It's a Big Agnes Tiger Wall UL3 tent. Yeah, it's a little 3-person tent. I like it that way. It's having that little bit more space in there to put all your stuff and get your gear all lined up beside you, and it's a lot easier to stay organized, and then you're also not touching the walls of the tent at night. If you got a 1-person tent, they could be pretty crowded, and if you're touching those walls, you're getting wet. So yeah, nice and airy, and it's got the lights around the top dome that make it nice at night. Alright, so we'll just flip through a few pictures here. Yeah, beautiful sunsets, full moon rising over Mount Rainier from my camp spot. Yeah, I just couldn't be happier with that spot than what it was. Yeah. So I went over to Manchester the next day. Cute little town just west of Blake Island with a Mexican food place, and it's called El Camarón, I believe. And yeah, just great food. Yeah, then I came back, watched the sunset, and had another fire, and yeah, just gorgeous time. And then the rest of the videos will be of me coming back home. So let's get going with that.